Living Legends, profiles from the National Business Hall of Fame. Brought to you by Bell South. Everything you expect from a leader.
In his time as managing partner of the management consulting firm McKinsey & Company, Marvin Bower has turned down a number of big potential clients. He refused to help the U.S. government devise a bailout plan for American Motors. He even said no to the legendary Howard Hughes. We asked Bower what criteria he uses when he turns away clients.
Mostly by whether we think, after some contact with them, which was the case there, they will follow our advice. If we don't think they'll follow our advice, we're wasting our time and their money. So we do try to find out what they have in the way of will. And if they don't have the will to manage, we can't help them.
Are you suggesting that Howard Hughes didn't have the will to manage?
He was a brilliant person. He had many ideas, but he didn't strike me as someone who wanted to manage in an organized fashion. He was so brilliant, so imaginative, and so liking in negotiating skills that it was difficult for him to stay on a track that we could help him with.
Are you saying that many of our CEOs lack the creativity, the vision, or are you saying they just have a way of balancing both talents?
Well, I don't want to generalize about whether if they have creativity. Of course, they're better chief executives if they have the other qualification. But you see, leadership is a product not only of the individual, but the situation in which he finds himself. And you have to put those two things together. And out of that comes a result. And somebody can be less well qualified in a situation that demands his kind of leadership, and he might not work well in some other situation. So it's a combination of the abilities of the individual and the situation in which those abilities are put to work. And that combination is something that has to be considered all the time.
Now, it's one thing to give advice to someone else. It's another thing to take your own advice. What kind of manager were you?
I tried to adapt anything that I learned from the outside to its applicability to McKinsey & Company, and if it didn't work, why, I didn't continue it. If it did work, I did more of it, and so I tried anyway.